Okay, welcome back to day 244, I think it was. I literally just checked, but that's chill. I don't have to have a memory. Anyways, I'm so glad I did a day in advance because I slept for I was in bed for 15 hours. Oh my god. So fun. Anyways, some guy said he liked my hair, so that's pretty dope. It was earlier. My hair changes volumes depending on what part of the day it is. So anyways, so yeah, he complimented my hair, and I'm like, thanks. And I actually cared because he was actually wearing a mask. I'm like, because, oh boy, we went out to dinner. I talked about it. So we did it. So we went into the restaurant, and, what was the point of this? Was it something to do with my hair? Oh no, we were going to go to a restaurant, but that restaurant apparently was closed on the day, on that day, and they didn't say it on anything that they were closed. So we showed up. So I don't know if you can hear it, just going and doing things. So what happened was we went to the restaurant, and they were closed, and we're like, oh, okay. And we went to a different place. But when we were waiting for my uncle to show up. And when my uncle drove up, I said, yeah, they're closed. First of all, my aunt dead stopped in the middle of her sentence saying, I think they're closed. And what we were planning to do. And then she went, oh my god, your voice is so deep. And I'm like, yeah, haven't talked to you since then, huh? I talked to her at the very beginning of my second shot. I did one shot by myself at that point. Obviously, my voice dropped in month 2. It's month 4. So, I actually, low-key, really want to go back and watch an older video of me to be like, oh my god, that's how much my voice changed, and, really hear it. But also, I really don't want to do that, because that's really cringy. Being, me, you know? So I'm like, no, I'm okay. So anyways, the point was that we were there, and the other 2 people showed up. This guy gets out, and when I say he shows up in these shorts, I don't remember, I think they were maybe cargo shorts, and a t-shirt with a beer design on it, beer, and had a vape, and was vaping as he gets out of his car, no mask, nothing, going to go to the same restaurant we were, which was very funny because it doesn't seem like they would go to that kind of restaurant. It was a Japanese restaurant, and it doesn't seem like it's very funny. So then another car shows up, a bigger truck. First truck, okay, was already, but the second one was a big shiny black truck that's clearly not actually for work. It's clearly a show kind of truck with big tires on it, that should be for a work truck, a really heavy duty work truck, but at that point it isn't a work truck. And someone else pops out, and it just they were vaping rednecks. That's what they were. And it's funny because I kind of forget where we live sometimes. If we're next to a sign that literally was a huge truck, it was a multi-wheeled truck, an 18-wheeler, but not that, but like a wheel, like a certain wheeler like that. And it was the back of the truck, and it had a huge Trump sign since when he first got elected. And there's a huge Trump sign on this truck. And then later on, Blue Lives Matter, blah blah. It was taken. Trump was taken down, and he lost. And now it would finally get replaced with the American flag that says "We the People." If you really do say "We the People," but still have those, Blue Lives Matter flags. And so you're saying not Black Lives Matter, but but We the People, which I guess didn't include Black lives back then either. So I'm like, oh boy. But they also have a new electronic sign going, and it said pretty much no racial equal, like it couldn't possibly have to be equality. Pretty much no, like, political correctness, no it was something to do with race. I'm 99% sure it was something to do with race, so I don't remember. And I'm just like, oh my god, shut up. Just why do you like so I forget where we live sometimes, that is 10 minutes away from my house, less than, if I can take that left turn quickly, which is, oh boy, oh. So it's so anyways, it was real funny. And so we're looking at these rednecks, these vape necks. We're looking at these vape necks, and they're heading to the door, and they turn around, and they're doing the, I don't know how you call that strut that they do, like certain people do, certain white guys do. I don't know what group you have to be part of to do the strut. And they're strutting, I don't know, they throw their legs out to the side, very, like, they're walking like this, they throw their legs out, like, out this way, kinda, I don't know, anyways, but not bow-legged. I don't think they actually are, like, farmers or anything, don't think that, because that made it sound like they're bow-legged. Anyways, the point was that, it was just really funny because, again, this is a nice Japanese restaurant, so we're like, oh, well, we're looking at them, and my sibling's like, they better not think we're checking them out, because I didn't get it. She is the most, like, feminine one of us. She has actual long hair, not shaved head, and she's like, they better not think anything, and I'm just like, I couldn't see them from my angle, but they turned around and they were talking with the person in the other truck. And they showed up, asking where they're gonna go. But, oh my god, it's just something about that amount of redneck energy. The redneck energy. And I give it, there's a lot of Southerners. Southern, I don't have a big problem with. The grand old idea of Southern, I'm not the bad idea. Like, this understanding of certain things. Like, again, people that like farmers, and, and give it also a big thing with when people say that is, in relation to class. I'm not talking about class. They clearly had money. Again, like the truck they had and everything, they clearly did have money. This is not a class thing, because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, rednecks, when they wear this or whatever, and I'm like, or they shop at Walmart. I'm like, yeah, Walmart's the cheapest thing. Walmart is cheaper than the local, like, eggs you can get, milk you can get, better, they're cheaper than the local, like, other stores around the area and stuff. So it's like, don't don't think, like, no, that's not what I'm saying. But that's a huge, whole other sentence, a whole other sentiment with people being like, oh yeah, I don't trust rednecks, and I'm like, no, you're talking about poor people. You're talking about poor people in America that have to adhere to this or that, not 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 the redneck energy I'm talking about. But yeah. But yeah, man, I slept for so long yesterday because when we went to we chose that restaurant because my sibling finally had options to eat certain food, which is great. Love that for her. However, that gave me no options because I got sick at fish and I'm trying not to eat gluten. This place had fish or it had gluten. So I took gluten because I knew fish made me really, really sick feeling. So I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with that. So I ate gluten. Problem is with an intolerance, like with gluten, is yeah, you don't die, like you don't get an allergic reaction, but your body gets so tired from it, and you get like a headache. So I got a headache last night, and I'm just tired, and I don't know. It could have been the 8 trillion chocolate I ate, which can cause actual histamines, which are allergy symptoms like allergies. So I'm like, oh, it could have been that, but it was delicious. Don't get me wrong, it was delicious, dude. It was delicious. However, it was gluten, and I wish I didn't have to deal with that. Um, I might just go full gluten again one time, see if it actually does anything. Problem is, I don't know. I guess what if I get sick? Problem is also, yeah, and I felt really bad before. It also rained and then stopped. Like rained heavily and then stopped. Allergies at the worst after it rains. So fun. So allergies is a huge thing today. I changed my medicines back from the freaking sedative because I picked up my new prescription, but I'm gonna stop taking them and let's see where we go because I'll wake up and my face just hurts, my ears hurt, my eyes hurt, and I'm like, oh, over the counter stuff didn't make me hurt this bad, and I took one of them per day. And so I'm like, I don't know, so I think I'm gonna switch back over to over the counter stuff for a little bit and we'll see. And if it, like, no, wait, this is way worse, we'll switch back. And the problem is, I wouldn't have done those two things on one day if I knew if I was going to have to eat gluten. So, but anyways, and then I have a particular, I don't know, a lot of people probably have this, where I'm like, oh no, I hate being in, like, some people really like it where they go to the store or go to like a restaurant and they always order the same thing. And that's great. But I don't like that. Maybe if we go there and I'm wanting it, but if I'm like, this is our go-to spot, or like every Tuesday we eat this. Every Tuesday we eat spaghetti. Every Wednesday we have this. Every Friday we have this. Some people really like that. I couldn't have a food rut like that. Like I couldn't have this rut. But like a food rut. But for me, other schedules are so important. It just my brain loves them. It's hard to hear them, but once they're in place, if it breaks, it feels like my whole world is collapsing. I know I'm neurodivergent in a few ways for sure. So I don't know if it's that or if it's something else. But pretty much I have one lotion I go to. It's my go-to. It doesn't smell bad. It does have a scent, but it's not bad. It's very, very neutral. It is non-invasive. It goes away pretty quickly. So it doesn't like stay on my skin, so I can smell it throughout the night and the next day. It's like perfect. It's perfect. Perfect. It's not greasy. I put it on, it moisturizes, and we're done. I can touch something right after, and it doesn't leave any marks on my phone. It doesn't it doesn't feel like it transfers. Like once it settles in, it's in my skin. I can touch my face without feeling like I'm getting that lotion on my face. Because my body lotion and my face lotion, vastly different things. However, Target didn't have it, and I was like going to lose it because I'm feeling so bad. I had a headache. I didn't have water like really much yet. My sibling was upset because we couldn't go to the store that she wanted to because it closed in about 15 minutes when we got out there, and we were not those kind of people, so we're like, we're not doing that. So I felt bad for her because she can't buy anything at Target. Like, I could buy candy or ice cream or goblin treat, that we call it, like a little prize, like, yes, you did a thing, ta-da. Because I need to go get my medicine, I needed to go get lotion. Those were the two things, and one of them broke. Oh, I lost it. No, okay, I didn't lose it. I was about to lose it, and oh boy, I was not having a good time at all at that moment where it was crowded, and okay, this is not saying you should not wear a mask. Do not ever take this as don't wear a mask. But the mask on top of everything, it was like I just wanted to wear loose pants, not the pants I was wearing. I wanted to wear shorts. Like in that moment, all the textures on me, on my face, on my legs, the shoes, I'm like, I wanted to lose it. It's like when you have your, like, texture, everything became that. And I needed to take a breath. So I'm looking, and I was like, okay, they don't have my lotion, let's go to the second one, which isn't really my favorite, but I know I got it when I got tattoos. So my brain was like, get that one. And I think the problem is it's greasy, but I'll only use it until the bottle's empty. And if I can't stand it for that long, I can go back to my normal Target. Because this Target's the layout's all different. Even the aisles, in each aisle is different. And it got to me. So I'm like, okay. So I got that lotion. My problem with it is it's greasy and it tests on animals. And I'm like, nah, dude, I don't need that. If I can pay for one that doesn't test on animals, I'm gonna do that. So I need to take a breath and move on. So I did. And we got the lotion. And we walked away. I got myself ice cream because I needed it. And we ate some food. When we got home, real food, drank some water. I changed my clothes and everything was better. But in that moment, I felt overwhelmed. And I don't know, everything became 100. And I just had to sit there for a second and go, nope. And by the way, because of my allergies and last night and everything, literally, in the car, my eyes became so watery, like literal tears, because of how much pressure it feels, like the inside of my ears, like, it was just so much pressure that I wanted it gone, like, the inside tubes of my ears, tears running down my face, and I'm just like, okay, we need to take a second, and breathe. Yeah, we're in pain, but it's okay, we can handle it. Nothing's gonna change, like, nothing is end of the world. So I got lotion, got a goblin treat, I got a mask on sale because they're on sale, and I needed one, and I walked away. So that was fun. Yeah. Anyways.